Murli of the 2nd of June 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, everything the true Father tells you is true. Remain truthful to such a true Father. Let there be no falsehood or cheating in you. Question: what contrasts do you children understand very clearly at the confluence? Answer: what Brahmins do and what Shudras do, what the path of devotion is, what the path of knowledge is and what the path of devotion is, what the battlefield of a physical army is, and what your battlefield is. Only you children understand all of these contrasts. No one else understands the contrast between the golden age and the iron age. In the song of Baba's Murli, Mother, oh Mother, you are the bestower of fortune for all. Shanti. This is the praise of the mothers of Bharat. There is the praise of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva. The praise is only one mother. Baba says the praise of only one mother is not enough. Just one mother cannot do anything. Definitely a whole army is needed. How can anything happen without a whole army of them? Shiv Baba is only one. If it were not for the one, there couldn't be the mothers. There couldn't be the children. And so there would not be any Brahma Kumaris or Kumars. The majority is of mothers. This is why the mothers are praised. The mothers of Bharat, the ones who are the incognito Shiv Shakti army, are not, Baba says, the ones who are the mothers of Bharat, the ones who are the incognito Shiv Shakti army, are non-violent as well. They do not commit any type of violence. There are two types of violence. One is to use the sword of lust, and the other is a physical violence, such as shooting, getting angry, killing, etc. At this time, all physical armies commit both types of violence. Nowadays, they even teach women how to use guns, etc. Those mothers are of a physical army, whereas these mothers are of the divine community, of the spiritual army. They learn how to do drill, etc. You perhaps would never have gone onto a battlefield. They make a lot of effort. They even indulge in the vice of lust. There are scarcely any women there who do not get married, that is in those physical armies. And they learn a great deal in that military. Even young children are taught that is an army, and this too is an army. That too is an army, and this too is an army. So Baba is comparing the two armies. A great many details of the armies have been written in the Gita. However, only you know what happens in reality, how incognito you are, what the Shiv Shakti army does, and how you become the masters of the world. That is called the place of battle. Your battlefield is incognito. This stage is called the battlefield. Previously, women did not go onto a battlefield. It can be compared to everything here. There are women in both armies, but the majority there is of men. In the physical army, the majority is of men, whereas the majority here is of women. That's why we are called the Brahma Kumaris. There is this contrast, this difference between the path of knowledge and the path of devotion is the last contrast. There is nothing of contrast in the golden age. Baba comes and shows the contrast between that which Brahmins do and that which Shudras do. Both are here on the battlefield. It is not a question of being in the golden age or the iron age. This is a question of the confluence age. You Pandavas belong to the confluence age, whereas the Kauravas belong to the iron age. They have shown the duration of the iron age to be very long. This season, for this reason, they do not know about the confluence. Gradually, they will come to understand this knowledge through you. So, it is not only the praise of one mother. This is the Shakti army. One God is the highest on high, and you are the same army of a cycle ago. It is your task. So what is our task? Baba is telling us all of this. So he wants us to bring benefit. So he says, it is your task to change this Bharat into the kingdom of divine rulers. You understand you first belonged to the Sun dynasty. Then you belonged to the Moon dynasty. And then the Merchant dynasty. However, only those who belonged to the Sun dynasty are praised. You are making such effort that you will first go into the Sun dynasty heaven. The golden age is called heaven. The silver age is not called true heaven. They even say so and so became a resident of heaven. They do not say that a person has gone into the silver age to the kingdom of Rama and Sita. The people of Bharat know that the kingdom of Shri Krishna was in paradise. And yet they have taken Shri Krishna into the copper age. Human beings don't know what the truth is. They have not found the Satguru who tells them the truth. They have not found him, neither have they recognized him. They have found, you have found one who tells you everything true and makes you truthful. He tells you, children, and what he tells us, children, point of warning here, don't ever tell lies or cheat. Nothing of yours will remain hidden. Whatever type of action someone performs, so will be the result. The Father teaches you good actions. No one's sins can remain hidden from God. And the suffering of karma can be very severe. Even through this, Baba says, even though this is your last birth, you will have to experience punishment because the karmic accounts of many births have to be settled. Baba has explained how they sacrifice themselves at Kashi. Until life leaves someone's body and the soul takes his next birth, he has to suffer. A lot of pain has to be tolerated. One type of suffering of karma for sinful actions is that of sickness, etc. And the other is that of punishment. The soul cannot say anything at the time, but cries out in distress. I was particularly talking about the punishment in the womb. Sinful souls experience punishment here as well as there in the womb. In the golden age, there is no sin. There is no court or magistrate, nor is there any punishment in the jail of a womb. There, a womb is like a palace. Krishna has been shown floating on a peepal leaf in the ocean, sucking his thumb. That refers to the palace of a womb. Children are born in great comfort in the golden age. From the beginning through the middle to its end, there is nothing but happiness. In this world, there is nothing but sorrow from the beginning through the middle till the end. You're now studying. Why are we studying now? Baba says, in order to go to the world of happiness. This incognito army will continue to grow. However many you show the path to, so you will accordingly claim a high status. Effort has to be made for remembrance. The unlimited inheritance you had received has been lost, and you are receiving it once again. Both Lokic and Palokic fathers are remembered at present. In the golden age, will we remember the Palokic father there? Baba says, in the golden age, only Lokic fathers are remembered. It isn't necessary to remember the Palokic father. That is, it isn't necessary to remember the Palokic father in the golden age. And Baba is saying why? Because there is nothing but happiness there. This knowledge is for the people of Bharat. It is not for those of other religions. However, those who converted to other religions will emerge. They will come and study yoga. You are invited to explain about yoga, and so you should prepare yourselves. Explain. Baba is saying, explain to them. What to explain to them? Have you forgotten the ancient yoga of Bharat? God says, Manmanabha, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, says to the incorporeal children, and what he says to the incorporeal children, remember me, and you will come to me. Remember me, and you will come to me. You souls listen through those organs. I, the soul, speak with the support of these organs. I am the Father of all. Everyone sings my praise. Everyone sings my praise. The Almighty Authority, the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of happiness, etc. All these are Baba's phrases. Topics such as these are good. What is the praise of Shiva, the Supreme Soul, and the praise of Krishna? Now, judge for yourselves. Who is the sermonizer of the Gita? This is a very powerful topic. You have to explain this. Tell them that you will not take too much time. Even if they give you 1 minute, that is sufficient. Can you imagine how quickly we'll have to say what we have to say in that 1 minute? But just a minute is so much. In other words, that is sufficient. And what we have to say in that minute, God says, Manmanabha, remember me alone, and you will receive the inheritance of heaven. Who said this? The incorporeal Supreme Soul said this to the Brahmin children through the body of Brahma. They are also known as the Pandav Army. You are the guides to take people on a spiritual pilgrimage. Baba gives such essays. You children should think about how to explain these matters in a refined way. Only by remembering the Father will you receive the inheritance of liberation and liberation in life. We are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. In fact, you are also this. We are telling them who we are and who they are. Baba is saying you're saying you are also this, but you have not recognized the Father. You children are being made into deities by the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Only in Bharat was there the kingdom of Lakshmi and Nara. Even if young children were to explain in a loud voice, in large gatherings, there would be so much influence. They would realize only you have knowledge, that only you show the path to God. The incorporeal Supreme Soul says, O souls, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Whilst bathing in the Ganges and going on pilgrimages, etc., for birth after birth, you have continued to become more impure. It is Bharat that goes through the stages of ascent and descent. The Father teaches Raja Yoga and brings about the stage of ascent. That is, he makes you into the masters of heaven. Excuse. The stage of ascent, that is, he makes you into the masters of heaven. Then Maya, Ravan, makes you into the masters of hell. So that is the stage of descent. Birth after birth, there is the stage of gradual descent. Knowledge is the stage of ascent. Devotion is the stage of descent. They even say that one finds God from doing devotion. They even say that one finds God from doing devotion. So, surely God gives knowledge. He alone is the ocean of knowledge. When the Satguru gives the ointment of knowledge, the darkness of ignorance is dispelled. The one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the Satguru. The Satguru and not other gurus is praised. There are countless gurus, but how many Satguru? Baba says there is only one Satguru. He alone is the bestower of salvation, the purifier, and the liberator. You children are now listening to the versions of God. By constantly remembering the one, you souls will go to the land of peace. That is the land of peace. The other is the land of happiness. And this is the land of sorrow. Do they not even understand this much? Only the Father comes and purifies the impure world. You understand that it is the unlimited Father who gives unlimited happiness. Ravan gives you unlimited sorrow. He is the highest enemy. No one knows why the kingdom of Ravan is known as an impure kingdom. The Father has now explained the significance of all this. The 5 vices are present in everyone, which is why the images of Ravan with 10 heads are created. Baba says even scholars and pundits do not know this. The Father has now explained from when and for how long the kingdom of Rama, in brackets God, continues. He explains this unlimited history and geography. Ravan is the unlimited enemy of Bharat. He has brought about so much misery. People have forgotten, what people have forgotten? That Bharat was heaven. You children now receive Shrimat from the Father. And what Shrimat we receive? Children, remember the Father, Alpha, and Beta. Of course, Beta is the kingdom. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, establishes heaven. And then Ravan establishes hell. You only have to remember the Father who establishes heaven. Remain in your households, go to weddings, etc. But when you have time, what do we have to do when we have time? Remember the Father. Whilst performing actions for your livelihood, remember the one to whom you are engaged. Until you go to his home, continue to perform actions, but don't allow your intellects to forget the Father. Don't allow your intellect to forget the Father. Okay. So Baba says, he's now giving us such sweet greetings to. So he says, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father.
Be
Essence for dharana. Points to practice for today. First point. In order to become free from punishment, settle all your accounts. Don't hide anything from the true Father. Renounce telling lies and cheating. Stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Second point. Just as the Father brings benefit to even those who harm you, in the same way, bring benefit to everyone. Give everyone the Father's true introduction. Baba's blessing for today. May you make your godly sanskars fruitful by using them and become embodiments of success. Baba explains, the children who use their godly sanskars in the task finish their waste thoughts automatically. To make something fruitful means to save it or increase it. It shouldn't be that you continue to use your old sanskars and keep your godly sanskars in the locker of your intellect. Many of you have the habit of keeping good things in your cupboards and your money in banks. They have love for old things and continue to use them all the time. Do not do that here. Here, you have to make everything worthwhile with your thoughts, words, and powerful attitude. And you will then become an embodiment of success. The slogan for today, the Father and I. When you have this canopy of protection with you, no obstacle can stay in front of you. The slogan once more, the Father and I. When you have this canopy of protection with you, no obstacle can stay in front of you. Om Shanti.